Okay, here we go. Perfect. Boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this evening. We have an incredible couple with us who are back for the second time. That is none other than Brother Marcus and Sister Cecilia Muhammad. First of all, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum, sir. How are you?
Excellent. Anytime we get to talk about love and marriage and
Yes.
strong family, strong nation, I'm all for it. So, what's coming up?
Oh my gosh. So you want to tell me about it?
Well, we are excited. This year will be the 11th annual marriage retreat. This is our second year due to the pandemic of being a virtual marriage retreat. It will be August the 27th, 26th through the 29th, from the Thursday to the Sunday. And we will have some phenomenal guest speakers this year. We have our national student representative of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, his national assistant, Brother Minister Ishmael Muhammad. We will have our national spokesperson, Sister Ava Muhammad,
Yes.
Brother Malik Saeed, our Western Regional Minister. We have Brother Henry out of Brooklyn, New York, who will be doing our Kupa that Friday. 2 wives only circles, 2 husbands only circles. So we have Brother Dawood Muhammad, who will be taking the couples one right then and there to break down their credit report and help them to get it right. So, it's going to be wonderful because we can't say we're nation building and we got to put the money with the family. So we are indeed excited about this year. And again, it is our 11th annual marriage retreat. Anything else to add on?
No, I think that people are going to be genuinely excited because this is a year that they're going to get to see how they're doing in the marriage. We also have Sister Melissa is going to join us, and she's going to be talking about.
She's going to be taking the couples right then and there as well, doing a budget, actually putting together a budget. So this year we are excited because they're used to great things at the marriage retreat, but we're really going to drill deep into some areas that help the couples to go further. And again, it's all about advanced relationship skills for our married couples and those who are engaged to be married. So this year we have opened it up to those who, they're engaged and they're, it's just a couple of days before they'll be saying I do.
That's right.
Praise be to Allah. My sister Miriam sends the greetings, Sister Rachel, Sister Sally, Sister Sally.
Salam family. So happy to hear from you.
Okay, great, excellent. And please continue to like, share, subscribe to the People's Podcast so we can keep giving you all this great information. Okay. Now, Brother Marcus, before we went live, we were speaking about signs that a sister is interested in marriage from a man's perspective. What are some signs that the brothers should know that a sister is trying to get married?
Oh man, brother, I can tell you, sisters watch us and they watch us all the time when we're not looking for them, but they're looking for us. And I've had hundreds of conversations with the sisters in Atlanta and the cities that we go in, and sisters watch brothers. They wish the brothers were more cognizant of their presence. They watch us when we drill. Oh my God. You probably got 1,000 sisters in Atlanta, Brother Josh, who are checking you out every Sunday that you drill. They say, I hope this is the evening he discovers me. He wants me. I mean, they're watching because they want to offer themselves to you as a man that has so much power, so much ability to do that drill thing. You never know what sister has just fallen in love with your smile. What sister has fallen in love with your way, your cadence. They just love it. And I'm just saying to you, brother, they're out there. Right in Atlanta, you don't got to go far. The sister for you she's already been born, brother Josh, and she's in Atlanta and she's watching you and she's praying to God every evening. She's like, please let Josh discover me and be my husband. I want to have his babies. I want to give Josh the life that he wants and needs. That's what she says all the time. And I mean, these sisters are wonderful cooks, and they could just be a blessing to you, brother Josh. I'm just letting you know.
And one thing we also tell, like to help, especially when you know people who are already married, that's natural, built-in people to help you do events. Like the minister Angelos Farrakhan has told us, we entertain in our home.
Right.
So if we have a beautiful home, and we've done it here in Atlanta with some couples, we've had just a good evening of dinner and talking, and did some interactive fun things for the couples. However, for the couples who have a nice home, you can invite 2 or 3 other married couples over, and invite some single brothers and sisters over to intermingle, to talk, to find out about each other, to see how we react in a comfortable setting. And it's so many things we can do righteously. And I never forget, we were in Phoenix and we did, how do you know if a brother, we were doing a singles one, we was like, how do you know if a brother's interested in you? How do you know if a sister's interested in you? And the sisters was like, brother. Every time the sisters say, brother, I made this bean soup just for you, or I gave you an extra piece of cake. That's a hello, wake up, sir, wake up. You know, she tried to hint to you subtly, like the minister said, we're going to be subtle about it. You know, a sister who Assalamu alaikum, sir, how are you doing? And you can see their beautiful smile. And as I'm speaking, you probably are thinking of sisters who have done that to you, and you didn't probably think nothing of it. Yeah. But brothers, like I said, when you're looking, you can tell the signs when someone, you know, they walk to their car real fast, but this sister's walking very slow to give you time to talk and get to know each other as you're walking to the car.
And let me share this with you. You got to get away from the brothers to discover what sister is interested in you. And you got to be at the mosque to do some duty, to let her know that I do this for real. And I'm opening your door because I want you to see that I'm into you too. The sisters want to know that you're into them. That's what you got to let her know. And I mean, at this stage, Eartha Kitt said something so profound on the movie Boomerang. She said to Marcus, that was the name of the character. She said, watch this, brother Josh. None of us are getting any younger. That's what she said. None of us are getting any younger. So go ahead and make your move, Josh, because this is the year I see it coming for you, that you're going to be picked off, and they're going to finally be able to say, I got him. I got Josh. Oh my God, they're going to have a huge celebration for you, brother Josh.
Praise be to Allah. Okay. And Sister Cecilia, for the sisters who are out there, how should they know if a brother is interested?
Well, with the brothers, it can be, like I said, if you see a brother, I never forget a sister was telling me, she's like, every time I walk to my car, this certain brother always walking me to my car. You know? And so that's definitely a way to know. A brother's walking you to your car. He tries to help you a lot to make sure he's in the place where you are. And again, it is a process. How else a brother can know? He smiles at you, you know. Some like him, Sister Heart, he takes an interest in you, you know. Just those type of things to look for. You're not looking, but you can tell if someone is interested in you. But again, like I said, the thing is to make it, like the minister said, Honorable Louis Farrakhan, make a safe environment for the single brothers and sisters to socialize. because as you listen to each other, because you really listening, you're not using your carnal mind to listen. And that's where we're getting in trouble at. We are still, a lot of us are on that carnal level. So we looking for the money, the house, the car. Okay, if all of that leaves, what do you have? If you lose your job, your health, or whatever, what do we have? We have to rely on Almighty God, Allah. So we need to check the spirit of the person, because when trials come, it's the spirit of God within both of you that is going to carry you through. So for all of us, we need the Christian, whoever, you need to tune your ears up, and for yourself to be studying and close to God for yourself, because if you're not that for yourself, then definitely you won't even hear or see that person. I never forget, a brother said to us years ago, he said, I look for a certain type of sister. And he said, every time I go to that type, they're not what I want. And we said to him one day, we said, brother, how about you not try your type at all? Go by the spirit. Does she make you feel good? Does she make you feel empowered? Does she make you laugh? Does she make you at ease where you don't feel like you have to have your guard up? And I mean, that's a natural process. I said, so you want to be around that person, not even realizing that, wow, you know, she makes me feel like this, or he makes me feel like that. And you really get to see now, because it's like, I'm not looking for my type, but I'm, like the minister said, if we were to choose, when Master Farad Muhammad had the class of ministers, he chose the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as his minister. He said, but how many of you would not have chose him, right? So that's the same thing we have to look at with our mates. Oh no, that's not my type. I like a chocolate. I like a beige. I like it this. I like it that.
I like them tall.
Tall, you know, and we have the preference, but we say, you know what? Let me just listen to the sister. Let me just listen to the brother. And when the brother put that down and he found his wife, he was like, she was totally opposite of what his type was. So that's why we say, judge the person by the spirit, saith the Lord.
That's
right. By the spirit. Does the spirit move you? Can you sit there and talk all night long, and you talking on the teachings, you talking on God, you talking on progress and making things happen, and that's what you're talking on, and you on that high level, because we all need someone to feed us spiritually and intellectually, and all the other things will fall into place. But if a man cannot keep a woman's mind intellectually, that's where you get lost at, because she's going to communicate. She wants to be with a man that she can look up to and say, man, he had me think, like my husband, and I tell people these stories all the time. We've known each other since we were 14 years old in Brooklyn, New York, at high school. And Marcus would say things, and he said he'll say something. He said, now I want you to meditate on that until the next time we talk. And I'm sitting here like, this man is something else. But the point was that, like I told him, the beauty of his mind and spirit is what captivated me. And that's why our classes as MGT and FOI is so important, because it's giving us the mind of a God and not the mind of a Negro. And the problem is, in our relationship seeking, we're still looking for the Negro instead of the God in the person.
That's right. The Negro.
And thank everyone for watching, and thank you all again. And continue to watch People's Podcast. Brother Marcus, for you, you've known your wife since you were 14. I didn't know that. Since you were 14 years old. What was it about her that let you know that she was the one?
She didn't want me. She didn't. I mean, honestly, but I was determined that she was going to want me. Even if I had to prove it to her by acquiring knowledge and wisdom and understanding, I was going to be whatever she needed, because I liked her. I liked her soul. And that's what I saw. I told her when I was 15 and she was 14, I told her, that one day we would be married and we were going to have a son. I told her that.
At 15.
I didn't know how it was going to happen, but the spirit just came on me to tell her that. In other words, I was choosing her. The Bible says when a man chooses a woman, he finds a good thing. And I found her at Paul Robeson High School for Business and Technology. I knew the moment I saw her, I said, that is her. That's the one for me. And I proceeded to live my life accordingly. And there was nowhere she was going because I was going to be there and I was going to be in her life because I needed her and she didn't know, but she needed me too, you know? And so the beautiful part about how things happen is we've been married since we were 19 years old, you know? Watching her whole being, I used to go to her house. I was never allowed in her Christian house. I was never allowed to go to her bedroom. I didn't see it till I became married to her. I did not see. I knew she was a good girl. And that's what I needed in my life. I needed a good girl, a girl who had parents who loved her, who took care of her, who guided her, who strengthened her. That's why it's essential that you visit the parents. And I made her mother fall hopelessly in love with me.
Yes, he did.
I mean, her mother was hopelessly in love with me. She did not know that that was the key to getting her is her mama, you know? And I did not know what I was doing necessarily. I just was following my gut instincts, and it was leading me to that place where I could marry her one day. And I told her mama when they were concerned about me marrying their daughter, they were telling me about all the things that she had going on in her life, and here I was a little young 19-year-old boy, and what could I do for their daughter and this and that and the other thing? And Allah made me say, I don't know how I said it, but Allah made me to say, the same God that blessed you to get all of this is going to bless me too. And that's true. I had all the fabulous house. I had the beautiful children that we produced by Allah's grace because I was a person of great forethought. You should never shrink in speaking with the parents. You should never go down and I'm scared to talk to them. No, I wasn't scared. I was not scared. Allah was with me. And that's what a believer knows. Allah is with you to handle her. And no matter what has happened, Allah is with me to handle her. And that's why it's very important that we tell all the people out there, you should not have any fear. Minister Farrakhan said the future is yours, it's right now. You can have what you want if you will it to happen. You know, a woman can't be with a scared to death Negro. You know, that brother, Pastor Steele, the SCLC, he said a scared to death nigga will get you killed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what he said. And he's right. He's right. You cannot lead from behind. We wrote a book for the men about how to lead your wife and children in this day and time. The leadership they're looking for from day one. Don't get married to a woman if you don't want to lead her. That is the wrong thing. We as men, we lead from behind with the woman, and that's not right. We parent from behind. Be out front. Let people know that you now are a parent. You now have produced them, and you have to lead them. Don't put the leadership on her to do. I see so many husbands, so many fathers, they put the leadership on the wife to do. They defer all important decisions to her, but she don't want to do all of it. She will do it, but she don't want to do it. She married you to lead, brother. She married you to take that stress off of her back. Lead. That's what they're saying in 2021. I want a leader for a husband. And we as men have to lead. We can no longer follow. When we talk about vacations and we look at her, baby, you planned a vacation? Where we going? No, you tell her, baby, pack your bag by 6 o'clock. I'll be there by 7, and we getting on a plane. I ain't telling you where we go. Just pack your bag. We ready to go. And when she wakes up in Jamaica, when she wakes up in Mexico somewhere, she'll be like, damn, you planned all of this, baby? Yes, baby, I got you. Yes, baby, I got you. We got to bring that man back. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about nothing. I'm taking care of it.
Those are sweet words.
Those are sweet words to a woman.
When you say your word is bond, that's why I say our way of life is so critical to the success of our relationship, because it's not just speaking the words, a nation can rise no higher than its woman. It's knowing that indeed that's a fact. How you treat her, how you talk to her, how you interact with her. And I love that our national representative brother Ishmael, when he was on our marriage retreat last year, and he was talking about treating the woman like a flower. And some people have had the clip that's been playing on Facebook. They've been sharing it. And he said that, you made time for her when you were wooing her. You made time. There was nothing that you had on your agenda that stopped you from recognizing your wife and wooing her and keeping the smile on her face, knowing that she's special, that she's there with you. But once you get married, ball and chain. How you treat a ball and chain? Just the language like the minister said, words matter. What type of words are we speaking? What type of words are we acting out? Because if we have that mentality, yeah, man, I gotta ask permission from the old lady. Old lady, come on, stop it. She ain't your old lady. But it's not even asking permission, it's recognizing that I am responsible to someone else, that I have someone else to look after, someone to look after me, to know my well-being, just like your children. My children are young adults now, and I'm like, where you going? Mom, I'm grown. I ain't got to tell you where I'm going. I'm like, look, for security purposes, where are you going? Because if something happens, I need to know that. Absolutely. And that's the same way as a husband and wife, where a sister says, I ain't got to tell you where I'm going. Brother, I ain't got to tell you where I'm going. I'm a God. I'm grown. Okay, brother, tell your wife where you're going.
That's right. We have to speak to each other like you're talking to a person that you love, not begrudgingly. You don't have to give up information begrudgingly, like you don't want to do it. This is my wife who I love. She's asking me because she loves me. I'm going to be responsible. And that's what happens in relationships. You've been free 30, 40 years. She's been free 30, 40 years, and now you're responsible to each other. And sometimes we don't want to be responsible to each other. I don't want to have to tell you where I'm going. You don't want to tell me where you're going, but we have to. We have to be responsible. And that's why one of the advanced relationship skills, Brother Josh, that we give in marriage is mature marriage. You got to have a mature marriage. You cannot do what you used to do when you were single. You can't be married living like a single man. You can't be married like you're a single woman. You are now betrothed to this man. You are now betrothed to this woman. We have to do what we have to do to show our spouse that I need you. You got to be communicating that all the time. I need you in my life. I want you in my life. You know, the whole idea of the marriage retreat is to communicate to your spouse that I love you. I still love you. I'm not so far gone in my life that I don't recognize that you're in my life and I need you. And we make husbands touch their wives. We make the wife touch their husband. You've got to touch. There's something wrong with us when we don't want to touch each other, when we're afraid to massage and feel the body. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're so tense here, baby. What's going on with that? Why are you so tense in that area? See, we are talking about the woman, the man that we love. That's one of the things that people look to at the marriage retreat that's different, because we're going to massage. We're going to take 15 minutes of our day to massage him and to massage her. You know, there was a time when we didn't do that part, but we realized that that's important because so many couples have gotten out of communication, the communication of touch. What I feel when I'm touching you. And I'm a massage therapist anyway, Brother Josh.
Yes, sir.
So that was really another reason why we instituted it, because you can feel a lot of things just by touch, by your hand. You these are like your ears. Your fingers are your ears. And when you can touch somebody, they feel delivered that you touch. You know, that song says, "He touched me." You know,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
he
Yes, sir.
touched me. And you got to be able to touch your wife. You got to be able to touch your husband. And brothers, sometimes we look at the wife as if she's only supposed to do it for you, but you have to do it for her too. You know, we got to do it communally. We got to do it. We cannot be a one-sided marriage. You have to do everything that you want as a man, she wants it too as a wife. Everything she wants as a wife, he wants it too as a husband. You cannot get married with the thought that it's just for me. I'm getting this done just for me. No, no, no. We're in this together. That's our mantra that we say all the time. We are in this together. And sometimes, you know, you have to take care of a spouse physically, mentally, emotionally. You have to take care of their emotions. A lot of men, they get married to a woman and they excuse the emotions part. A woman is going to have emotions, and you too, brother. You have emotions, and when you got a woman who can care for you emotionally, you have a real powerful sister who understands that you're going through something emotionally. And she asked the question, how can I ease the pain of what you're going through? Because you're going to go through stuff emotionally. God knows you are. And the beautiful part is to look over, and when you have a good spouse, she understands, he understands what you're going through emotionally.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Excellent. And thank you all for your comments. And thank you all as well. I got a quick 60-second commercial break, and then we're coming right back to you, Sister Cecilia, for some questions on the 11th annual marriage retreat. Correct. Boom. Quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. I want to make sure that we thank everyone for this upcoming season. We have some great guests on now. We will continue to have some great guests this starting this summer session of the People's Podcast. I want to make sure if anybody who's watching would like to cash app, please if you want to be a sponsor or a donor, please cash app the People's Podcast. Thank you very much. My brother Rashad, Street Premier Media Production. He has a 4K camera, a drone. He does television and film editing. Thank you very much. Make sure you reach out to him if you need anything edited. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, both of which are available on Amazon. Make sure you go out and get those. My sister Naima, Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. We love our tiny dancers. Our brothers out of the West Coast, MTS, any car bros, any make, any model, any year, 30 to 50% off. Make sure you reach out to them if you need any vehicles. Our brother Enoch out of Chicago, Hip Hop Detox. It empowers youth and young adults towards healthy lifestyles, choices, and productivity and a holistic approach. Thank you very much, brother Enoch. Asiatic Minds, the new school, asiaticminds.com. It is a new school online. They're making young gods. Please reach out to them, asiaticminds.com. They do an amazing job. I look forward to seeing the work that they do. This is Latasha Muhammad, Queen is I, Poetry and Apparel. This is Latasha Muhammad, Queen is I, Poetry and Apparel. Make sure you reach out to get her clothes, and her poetry is amazing. Fresh and Clean LLC, Fresh and Clean LLC, freshandcleansanitary.com. Elevated Places Inc. Incorporated. Sorry about that. Here we go. We come right back to our couple. Elevated Places Inc. Adult counseling, youth counseling, and life management. The phone number is 229-344-1474. Boom. Here we go. Right. We come right back to an amazing couple. Dr. Henry M. Carter, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad, COVID-19 Disinfecting Cleaning Services out of Chicago, Illinois. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, at abdulsharif.com. And last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra, which is the children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Thank you all very much for every sponsorship and every donation. Boom. Right back to our amazing couple. All right. So, Sister Cecilia, when should people sign up for the 11th annual retreat, marriage retreat?
As soon as possible. They can start signing up now for the retreat. So they can go right to our website, www.themarriagekeepers.com. No spaces in between. That's www.themarriagekeepers.com. And they can go right on to there and register to get ready for it. Because again, like I said, we have to send out the materials to them to get ready for the retreat. And we're already about to approach June shortly. So time is definitely moving. So yes, they can go online and register today. It's just $100 per couple for all 4 days.
That's right.
Beautiful. And Sister Cecilia, we heard of what it was like for Brother Marcus to meet your parents. What was it like for you to meet his family?
I would definitely say you like he said, it's so important to understand where someone comes from. His family was a family of 7, 4 boys and 3 girls. And if you're on his Facebook, you have seen his brothers and sisters because they are part of his Facebook family. It was very interesting to meet his family because it made me to understand where he came from and how he was reared, because he was his family didn't celebrate holidays. They didn't. They were a very religious household, and so that led me to understand even further why he was like he was. A father that was. I didn't get a chance to meet or have the privilege to meet his father. By the time we were engaged, Dad had passed. I think 2 years.
Yes.
About 2 years, but yes, and his mother, strong mother, no nonsense mom. And again, men take on the coloring of their mothers. So, again, when you get to meet people's parents and relatives and family and aunts, his grandfather, all of them had a very strong base in their religious beliefs, and that's how they ran their family. That's how it was run. And it was an honor, and still is an honor for me to be a part of his family, because like I said, it's a vast family. When we take pictures, like I said, with 7 of them, I think only 2 may not have children out of the 7. Everyone else has children. So when we all come together and you get to see all of our children together, you're like, wait a minute, those genes are real strong.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But it was an honor to me, and like the minister, the Honorable Farrakhan, has told us, when we're in courtship, You must meet the ties of relationship. You must meet that family. You must meet the aunts, the uncles. What was his nickname growing up? What was her nickname growing up? You know, a weekend, or whatever the case can be, because again, we have to understand that we can no longer just be surface and, oh, I'm gonna take your word for it that you and your family don't get along. I want to meet them anyway. You know, I just want to meet them to see how they are, to see where you come from, because you got to get to the root of the person to understand. So when my husband spoke about that family get together with my family, when we said we were going to get married, it was like 3 generations squeezed in my mother and father's dining room, and they're grilling him with questions because they're like, wait a minute, she's about to get married? What? And all of them came that day to see all about it, you know? So that's the type of thing you want. You want to investigate and see and feel for yourself. Interest, like the minister said, talk to the ex-wives, talk to the mothers and the fathers of the children that are going to be a part of your life. We have to do that because, again, that gives us the basic of the person and what we will have to deal with. So we can't run from it. If you're going to bite into the apple, you might as well get to the core.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And for Brother Marcus, why is it so important for men? I know a lot of men who don't want, to blend the families or to meet the other families. It's just like me and you against the world. Why is meeting the family so important?
That's the wrong attitude. First of all, me and you against the world. She came from a family. She has people. And you don't know who you are as a man if you haven't met her people.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in that family's opinion of you is going to be important to her. Mm-hmm. So you have to be slow and methodical in going through her family. Identifying the people who are very important to her. Some won't be as important, but you got to be able to show respect. You must show respect to whoever is in her life that formed her, that shaped her. A lot of us, we make critical mistakes when you say to her that I don't care nothing about your family, it's just me and you, baby. No, she is from a family. You have to know her mom. You got to know her sisters. You have to know her brothers. You got to know where she grew up at. You have to go through her neighborhood. You have to be able to relate. A lot of us, we don't have good interpersonal skills. You have to know that when I come on the scene, I'm coming very humbly. I don't want you to think that my opinion is the only one that matters to me. I want to hear your family's opinion. I want to hear your family's insight. You got to be able to sit down for a meal. You cannot be one of these type of people who come in there expecting the pots, looking to see what they do. What is that? Is that pork? I don't eat pork. You don't have to eat pork. You have to be civilized, and you have to show her she's watching you very carefully. You got to show respect to her family. A lot of times in marriages, we throw off on the wife, we throw off on the husband because we meet their family and they're pork eaters, they're this, they're that. But you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to show contempt for what she came from what he came from. You have to show great amounts of respect for the people that formed them, that made them who they are. And I can tell you that for the first 5 years, you're not even going to meet her necessarily. You're going to be responding to the valence of this one, her favorite uncle, her favorite sister, her favorite mama, all of those people, you're going to meet their balances in the one that you have chosen for your wife. You're going to have to be very careful about whoever you choose. It's going to be a process. And I can tell you that I'm very happy that when I met Cecilia, Cecilia was a little different. She didn't have as much of them in her as I originally thought. She was detached in a sense because of her personality, and that worked well for me. Um, I'm very happy that I didn't have to go through a whole lot of them in her. They had a presence in her, but they didn't have that strong a presence where I had to battle with that. I'm very happy. That's why I moved her from New York City, where we're from, New York City. I moved her down to Atlanta, Georgia, with me, so that they wouldn't have any say so in the marriage or relationship, because her mother was a know-it-all. Her mother knew everything. She knows everything. And so I was very happy that her mother did not attempt to interfere in our relationship
At all.
at all. She kind of took the position when I married her that you on your own now. I don't want nothing to do with you. And I was cool with that. I needed her money a little bit, but you know what? I gotta be honest. I'm just being honest. I needed a little something, something. But after a while, I didn't need nothing from her. I was very happy that she gave us the freedom to do marriage our way. And I'm just very, very thankful that her father was laid back. He was so laid back. It wasn't like he was disinterested, but he said, "Okay, you got it now. That's your wife. I'm not. I don't deal with that at all. You got it now. Take it. Take control, Marcus. That's your thing. And her brothers were peaceful. They were okay, but it was the idea that I had to go through them to get to her, and I enjoyed it. I was very happy that there was something in her life set up that I had to go through that. Don't ever think that you're going to marry this woman and she ain't got no people. Everybody got people. Everybody. She had to go through mine too. In a different kind of way, but she had to go through them. She had to meet them. And you should want to meet the spouse, the family of the spouse. That's so critical for us to do, Brother Josh, to meet the people, the family.
Don't deny the family.
Don't deny.
We will get bourgeoisie.
Uh-oh.
Bougie, and we shouldn't do that. We should not do that. We should, again, you show your way of life by how you carry yourself. And for years, we were the only Muslims in our, well, we still are, really.
Yes.
We're the only Muslims in our family. So to see us interact with the children, because I never forget, we did have a family get together, and the cousins all went out and hung out together, whatever. And they said to my children, "Your mom and dad putting on a show for everybody." And my daughter, she was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Your parents really don't act like that, do they?" And she's like, "Yes, they act like that all the time." She's like, "They're not putting on, this is them. That's how they are." And so it's like I said, to be yourself around people, show them how to be civilized, because people will, for at least the first I would say probably the first 5 years, even my mother, she was like, it's a phase you're going through. You're not going to be a Muslim forever. It's just a phase, and the phase lasted 5 years, 10 years, when she passed, I was still in my phase, Mom. So it's, again, the culture and refinement that we are taught to display that everywhere we go. And when you are civilized and you act civilized, then you don't demand respect. People will give you that respect. You come over and they know you're coming over as a Muslim, and they would say, when we going to New York and we're bringing the children, they would call us. Okay, we know y'all don't eat no pork. What else y'all don't eat so we don't cook it, or this or that, or we'll make this for you guys, because all of our family could throw down and cook. That Black people, we gonna cook. And it would be, okay, y'all like fish, what kind of fish? Okay, do you eat this? Do you eat that? And again, we don't have to force it. Just be right. Do right by people. Treat people with kindness and care. And that's all we have to do. We don't have to come in there and be brute force. I'm in the room, everything shake up and down. That's not necessary.
You're doing a check procedure in their home. I just want to make sure you ain't got no weapons. No, don't do that. Be civilized, but you cannot upset the cart. Don't come in people's houses upsetting everything by your presence. They'll make room for you. They're used to people. You are a person. You don't eat pork. Okay, wonderful. You ain't got to, after a certain time, you ain't got to announce it to everybody, I don't eat pork. Like that's your claim to fame. Okay, you don't eat pork. Okay, great.
And it's easy when you know that, and you go into a family get together and they're saying, well, what we gonna make? Oh, well, I'm gonna bring such and such and such. That's how we introduce what we eat. That's how
right.
People get to taste it. You say, I'm gonna bring this dish, or I'm gonna bring these groceries and make this dish, and they eat it, and you start to change them just by being you naturally. And those are some of the tips for us as couples, because again, we'll come in so hard, and then it takes years to reverse it, because they're like, that the Muslims is a dang so and so. No, that's no.
You ain't got to go in the refrigerator and throw out everything that you don't eat. You in their home. If there's pork, then you got to say, okay, let me not eat the pork. I'm not eating it, but I will buy a little turkey bacon. I will buy something that we do eat and contribute to the overall functioning of a home. That's the thing we got to learn, to contribute in the way that we have been taught. We have been taught by the wisest man that has ever lived, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We've been taught by Minister Farrakhan, his student. And Minister Farrakhan is so wise in how we do this. He has taught us to be civilized. Islam dignifies. There's nothing that Islam, by it being in you, does not touch, does not dignify. The way we drink water, the way we smile. It's so beautiful when you see what we are doing, the beautiful way that the Minister Farrakhan has taught us. And whenever we come around, my family loves us now. They're not fighting me no more. They're not fighting us anymore. Our way is wonderful. And you know what, Brother Josh? Out of all my brothers and sisters, I'm the only one married. The only one married. And now we're approaching 30 years. We're 29 this year, but 30 years next year. 30 years. What have they been looking at for 30 years? There's been no trouble in our marriage life for anybody to have to intervene or help us. Not that we didn't have any struggles, but they never knew of it. They never knew of it. We have been civilized among them off of the last 30 years or better. And so when we speak to them, we are speaking as people who know a little something about what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
And we can help. That's why we are doing so much counseling now. We help so many across the country who need help. In a marriage, you're going to need some help at a certain point. You're going to need somebody to listen to you, to listen to him, and to say, well, now, why don't you approach it like this? Why are you not approaching it like that? You know, Brother Josh, I realized that I did not know all the answers. And so I went back to school like I saw you do.
Yes, sir.
I saw you going back to school. It inspired me. I said, well, if Josh can go back to school, I can go back to school. And so, by Allah's grace, I have a month to go and I'll have my first degree, my second degree rather, from Indiana Wesleyan University. And it's going to be in the field of marriage and family counseling because I want to do this full time. I want to help Minister Farrakhan with us. And the marriage and family therapy, when I get into my master's program, which I'm going into next.
Which you already was accepted in.
I was already accepted by Allah's grace. And I want to be able to help people truly with their marriages. We inspire a lot of people to get married, but then when they get married, they're like, okay, now I'm married. Now what do I do? What do I do now? That's why we have the marriage retreats to know what to do. What to do now that you're married. Now we have a marriage retreat to help you to know what to do.
And keep it happy.
And keep it happy. Oh my God.
A happy, healthy marriage. And to do that, we have to both constantly be growing, constantly doing things to help bring new life and new energy into our relationship. And that's, if I had to say one thing about the marriage retreats, is that you're receiving divine, of course, definitely, advanced relationship skills. And if that's one sentence for people, when you think of the marriage keepers, is to help give you advanced relationship skills, to be around couples who are from 2 weeks married to be 50 years married, and they come every year because they receive something that invigorates them, that empowers them, that lets them know. The biggest thing we hear a lot of people say is, man, I thought I was on an island all by myself. How can you be on an island by yourself and the earth is trillions and trillions of years old? It's impossible. You're not by yourself, but to be around for the husbands, to be with other husbands and hear the different ranges of years of marriage in the process of it. The same thing with the wives only, and to get information from sisters who have gone through what you're going through and going to go through it maybe on a different level. But if it's finances, it's something with finances. If it's spiritual, it's something with spiritual. So it's again, having someone say, you know what? I'm not going to let you be like a little child and let you walk across this 4-lane by yourself. I want to take your hand and you take my hand and I take her hand and he take his hand and we go across that highway together. That's what it's about, is why should I let you drown? Let me throw you that life jacket. And that's what the marriage retreat about, throwing you that life jacket. And especially during last year, during COVID, I think we were counseling every day, almost 5 to 7 days a week. And it was Muslims, Christians, just all different type of people calling to get that assistance. Because what COVID made us to realize is, I really don't know you. Who do I live with? You know, the stranger in my bed, because we're so busy. We're so busy on a day to day. And now I'm in the house with you month to month, day to day. It's like, wait, I don't like this and I don't like that. And we got to see, because when we're busy, we can brush things under the rug. Oh, we ain't got time to deal with that right now. We'll deal with it later. And later never comes. And before you know it, you have a mountain of problems. And you know what? We're going to file a divorce. We got irreconcilable differences.
That's what they say.
And we have had couples that came to us and said, you know what? The divorce papers are on the table. They're on the table ready for us to sign on Monday morning if you two can't help us. And we look at each other and we say, let's pray. Let's pray. Let's ask Allah to help us to help this couple, because what we realize, and we thank God for a system that we have, is called the Simbis report. And they take a series of questions. And this report helped particular husbands to realize they thought their wives were being disrespectful. They thought that she was being rude and just antagonistic. And what they find out, wait a minute, this is my wife's personality. She is a spouse that needs information in order to process. So when she's asking me questions, she's not asking me trying to be one up on me or trying to be smart, but she needs answers to the questions. And when the couples hear these different personalities that they have, they're like, oh my goodness, we have been sitting here arguing, and it was no need for an argument over this, because that's how my spouse is. Her wives that say, man, my husband don't talk. He just sit there and look at me. And I'm like, why don't you say something? You know why he ain't saying something? You ain't asking, like the robots told Will Smith in Our Robot. What did he tell him?
He said, if you ask me the right question, I'll give you the right response. That's very powerful. The person wasn't asking him the right questions. Ask him the right questions. The dialogue that we're having, it should not be limited when you go on 5 and 10 and 20 and 30 years of marriage. We talk about everything because there's everything to talk about. And I just want to encourage you, if you don't know what to talk about, come to the marriage retreat. We'll give you some topics to talk about, and it will be fun and enlightening. The most fun that you can have is sitting down and discovering your spouse's mind. Damn, you think like that. You got a very powerful mind. And a lot of us, when we start off with marriage, we're more interested in discovering other assorted areas of the spouse, but we're not their mind. The mind is the most powerful thing that God has ever given you to explore in your wife, to explore in your husband. That man has intelligence in his mind for the marriage. You have to ask him, you got to bring it out of him and mine it out of him. You got to mine it out of her. The deepness, the wisdom, the gold that they have in them, you can mine it out if you know how to mine.
If you care to mine.
If you care to mine. That's right. That's a good one. If you care to mine, you have to be very careful. Now, I think a lot of us, we're taught a teaching that says move quick, move quick. But when you're dealing with another human being, you have to be methodical. You have to ask questions. Questions lead to conversations. Questions. You have to be able to talk. And that's what I want you to find, brother, that sister that you can delight in, that beautiful, strong sister that you can have conversations with. A woman can blow your mind with her conversations. Oh my God, their sisters are so powerful. I don't know if there's a particular type that you like, Brother Josh, but I wanted you to hear what Sister Cecilia said. That brother had a particular type of sister that he was thinking was going to be for him, but it never worked out. He was getting in his 50s and he hadn't found her yet. And we told him to just change your type up. that you were looking for. Now, this particular sister had already had children. Brothers say, I don't want no sister that already got children. Okay, but that might be the sister that can give you the information, the guidance, the whatnot that you might need from her. She might have a child or two. I've known brothers this year who have married sisters who had a baby. They had two children. Oh my God, you would be surprised about the sister.
How that matures you.
How that matures you. Oh my God. Because, as brothers, we may not find the one that doesn't have a child. But their sister who does have a child, she still needs a husband. And you could be her husband. And you could have a wonderful relationship with that child. That child could be a beautiful person in your life. I'm just saying that it's so beautiful to be able to live life and let life touch you. You never know where inspiration is coming from. You just never know how God is going to inspire you today. How can God inspire me today? Not yesterday, not the week before. Today, can he inspire me? Yeah, he can. God can inspire you through a woman. She might have a baby. I'm not sure. You might find one who don't have a baby, but you got to be looking for her. I'm looking for. That's what that boy sing that song, that rap song. He said, I'm looking for you. He said, I'm looking for you. But if you ain't looking for her, you ain't gonna find her. Because she's not gonna come out of nowhere. She is gonna be somebody that you actively are seeking.
The minister
I found her.
The minister said something so many things. Everything he says is powerful. I just have to say that, And one of the ones that really sticks out for me is when the minister, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, has said, a woman is looking to help a man do something. If you're doing nothing, then you don't need a wife. But you are a man who is productive, who has goals, who has visions. You have to know where you want to go. And as you share that idea with that potential mate, that potential courtship mate, and for us, everybody may not do courtship. They may be dating. You're looking for that person as you talk about your vision, 5-year, 10-year, 20-year plan, and you have it laid out. That woman's listening to you, and her mind immediately, she's like, man, I can help you with that. I can help him. I can help you with that business. I have a master's degree in this. I have a degree in that. We can really make things happen. And I tell our sons this, all our 4 boys, you are looking for the woman that can help you to do what you're trying to do as the man. Because it's God, man, woman, child. That order, she has to look up to you. Why is she looking up to you? She sees you're productive. She sees your spirit. She sees your power as a man. Men say, well, you can't control no woman. You don't have to worry about controlling no woman. If you doing what you supposed to do as the man, she will automatically, it's in her nature to fall and be like, like my husband one time, I never forget. He said something to me. We were discussing something, and he said, baby, I got it. Don't worry about it. I was like, okay, praise be to Allah. I ain't worried about it. 2 weeks later, he come to me and said, baby, did you take care of so-and-so? I said, no, sir. He said, why not? I thought I told you. I said, honey, remember you told me you got it. And once he said that, he's like, got you. I did tell you that. And see, that's what a woman needs. She needs to hear, because like you said, they say, I said, do you ever hear how they describe Black women? They don't say dainty and feminine. And they don't use those words. Oh, she's a strong Black woman. Why are we so strong? Why do we have to be strong? Because we're covering down where there's someone else not there. So when we get the man that knows and can do, oh my goodness, that's what a woman is looking for. She's looking for that man to say, you know what? I don't have to do that. He got that. All I could do, I could take care of this over here. If I had to pinpoint the second thing after our connection with Allah being the center, the next thing was when we talk and discuss things. It came from my husband's mind where he said, "Baby, what you think about this?" or "What you think about that?" And we're at our dining room table and we're discussing it with the children. What y'all think? What you think we can do this or do that? And it's the whole family's input, but we're all moving off of the vision of the husband, of what he envisions and how you can help me. That's why the help me, I tell brothers now all the time, I say, go to the Bible in Genesis. It has one thing in there I want you to look up. It's not good for man to be alone.
That's right.
I said, do you realize it didn't say it's not good for the woman to be alone? It doesn't say that. It's not good for the man to be alone. Why isn't it not good? Because you need your other half. Your other half, it makes a lot. Male and female make a lot. You're handicapped, brother, if you don't have your other half. Because if you are 100, you can be 200. If you 1,000, you can be 2,000. Because again, you get in your other half, and your half don't mean 50-50. If I'm giving 100, you giving 100, we got 200. You giving 1,000, I'm looking for the sister that's going to give 1,000 to what we have together. And that's the mindset we try to help our single brothers and sisters to see. Stop looking at the carnal. Start planning with the mindset of we're trying to make a kingdom of God from what we have, the base of what Master Farad Muhammad came to give, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and what the minister has sacrificed himself and his family have sacrificed to give us so that we may have life. So what kind of mindset should I come into looking for a spouse now? I'm looking for that sister. Not only am I looking at her physically, but can she carry, like for example, one of my, my third son. He's third. He was born 10 pounds, 7 ounces. And I said, son, when you start looking for a wife, you cannot look for a tiny, tiny sister where you going to, her giving birth to your children will tear her insides up. I said, you have to be thinking about things on all levels like that, because can she carry my weight? Not mentally, physically, can she carry what you want? Can she carry what you require? And that's how you're looking for a mate for your future. But if you just want to do this and I just want to have a good time and then no wonder our marriages are failing, because we're not using our God power to be forward-thinking. We're just caught up in the here and now, but we're not thinking 5 and 10 and 20 years later. What are your grandchildren going to do? What are we leaving to our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren? You know, I'm looking at you. Your features, your face. Let me go look at your mama. Let me go look at your daddy. Let me see what they look like. You know, how is their health? How is your health? All of these things we got to be thinking about if we're really serious.
Come on, Brother Josh.
Okay, so when you're looking at these features and all this kind of stuff, so you're saying that the looks matter a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Of course they do.
Okay, because earlier y'all made it seem like looks they matter. I ain't know. You know?
No, we didn't say that. We said that to the type. When we say type, like if you think in your mind you looking for Beyonce, but you look like what's the
Urkel?
Not Urkel. What's his
name?
I can't remember his name. But anyway, the point is the type in the sense of we'll be stuck on a type of look. A type of look. But you are looking for what's appealing to you. You definitely are. We're not saying throw it totally away, because you got to wake up and look at this person every morning. But I'm saying like the type, well, I don't want this and I don't want that. You know, we have a whole checklist of what we don't want. And you could be overlooking your blessing, because that could be just the person for you. So that's why we said try the spirit of the person.
Okay, great. Well, you all getting so many comments from Sister Helene, Brother Samuel, Sister Candy, my sister Naima, so many people who are watching.
What they saying?
Just so much. That's the Quran says that the child is just. I mean, the comments are not with our conversation now because we done passed it. But they were bearing witness to everything that you all were saying. Yes. That's right. Come on, teach. Talk about them jeans tearing us up in our GE.
Oh my goodness. We want to see at least 20 Joshes running around here. We got to see, before you leave this earth, Josh, you owe it to us to produce 20, at least 20.
At least 20, yeah.
Josh, at least 20. There's a sister out there who's waiting for the first one. She's waiting.
Well, I'm just being, I'm like you all's second, so I'm like, Kiyama, because I'm so big in stature, I'm just trying to find somebody who can produce the 10 pounds. Joshua, for me. So I'm just looking though. I'm on the lookout.
Don't look too long, Brother John. I'm just telling you, I don't want you to look too long because a lot of us are secret sufferers of commitment phobia.
Yeah.
We are afraid of commitment. We don't want to commit to nobody. Nobody is good enough for us. And we have to say to ourselves, I don't want to be. I got 2 aunts on each side of my family. They never were married at all. They don't have nobody to tuck them in at night. They were always over at people's houses to make sure that you were straight and whatnot. But now, as they're getting up in age, 70, 80 years old, I still ain't got nobody. Nobody. You don't want to be that type of person, Brother Josh.
Oh, yeah,
you don't want to be 70, 80 years old with nobody. You got children, you got nieces and nephews, and I make sure they straight. But God has given you an active seed. You have to spread your seed to one woman, and she produces a wonderful crop for you. That's what life is all about. I'm seeing all these people getting married, but I'm concerned about you. I want you to get married. I want you to have what other people have. I don't want other people to say, well, you never got married, Josh. I got a sister in mind for you, brother.
Praise be to Allah,
I really do. She's wonderful. She know how to make good bean soup, brother.
Beautiful, yes, sir. Praise be to Allah.
She can make pastries out this world, brother. And I think that she would make a beautiful wife for you, brother.
Okay, yes, sir.
I'm gonna introduce you to her at the mosque. I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna point to her head. I'm gonna say, this the one here, Josh. Get this one.
You gonna make Josh call you tonight, like, brother, what you talking about, right? He's like, who you talking about?
I can't wait for Minister Farrakhan to release us back to the mosque, because I'm gonna be setting everybody up to get married, because I know the joy of getting married and what it does when we get married. You haven't seen life to come into you, brother, when you got a new wife. We were with brother, what was his name? The one from last week, we went to their wedding.
Richard and Sister Tequila.
Brother Richard and Sister Tequila.
Oh, he was smiling.
To see the smile on his face. Now, he married a sister who had 6 children.
Yes.
He got an instant family right away.
But that's the men that God is producing, and that's what we want to let them know, that when it says the man is the Khalifa, he's the vicegerent. You stand in the place of the God.
All right.
You're not the God, but you are a God. God can accomplish what he will.
What he wills.
And you to have dominion over everything on the earth. That's the 1 degree the man has above the woman, that God gave him the power of dominion. Why are you running from responsibility?
Why?
To run to help make your kingdom on earth, your heaven on earth. It's nothing like a man coming home and your children bum rushing.
Come on now, talk about it.
You smell dinner cooking.
Come on,
and you have a bath ready for you.
I mean, not the bath.
That the bath. Man,
oh my God.
The bath.
Oh, the bath. Oh, the bath. And the luxurious soaps and You get to put the soap all on your body and you're so happy. And you got this beautiful meal that you just eat. Oh my God. Brother, I've been in heaven. I know what heaven looks like. I've been in heaven. I ain't been in heaven a long time, brother. I ain't been in heaven in a long time because it's the house that we living in. It's not a house that's conducive to heaven. But I'm gonna get her a new house, a house that can you can do heaven all kind of beautiful ways in that house. I love being spoiled. I do. I love it. I love it. Don't let nobody tell you. I love being spoiled.
It's so much so, Brother Josh. Let me tell you how bad he is spoiled.
Uh-oh.
My children tell me all the time, Mom, don't you die before Daddy. And I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? They said, because no one is going to do with Daddy how you did. No way. So don't go before him, please.
Well, they can say what they want to say, but I can tell you that I like being spoiled. I work to be spoiled. I work to be spoiled. Yeah, and I want you to work and be spoiled too, because you work too hard not to be spoiled.
Yeah.
You do.
And spoil each other.
And nobody can spoil you like a Black woman can spoil you, brother. Nobody. You ain't been spoiled yet until a Black woman has spoiled you. Until a wife has spoiled you. Not that you're going to become spoiled, but you know that what she did for me last night is only for me. Ain't nobody else going to ever get that because that's my wife. And when you know that one thing, when you know that she did that for me because she loves me.
Whether it's cooking your meal, helping you with your business.
The food is so,
the infinite mind of a woman is working for you. And that's the most brilliant part, is to have the mind.
Her mind.
Focus on helping you and your family go to the next level of wherever it is you want to go. And for a man to want to shut her down or shut her up, you're doing a disservice to yourself.
To yourself.
Because the more you expose her to your thoughts, your ideas, and your vision, her mind will go to work. She's praying, she's meditating on what you desire as a family. And that's what you want. That's what we want. For our goals and dreams to be fulfilled with the partner that's going to be our cheerleader, with a partner that's making it happen for us. Baby, I want to focus on doing this right now. I need your support right here. To tell each other what we need and to be on the same accord. That's the most important thing in the marriage. And the same accord means that we both aware of what's going on. Not just like, okay, you go this way, you go that way. We can go this way and that way. But we're still on one accord because we're always talking, we're always meeting, we're always communicating.
Gotta communicate.
There's a change. There's something occurring. How do you, a good example, someone go to their job and the boss tell them, we got a brand new promotion for you. We're going to promote you to a manager, or we're going to promote you to a regional district manager. Do you accept the position? Oh, yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate the promotion. We didn't even think about our spouse and how it's going to affect the household. Because if you're a manager, but now you're a regional manager, that's more responsibilities. That's more weight on you. So you never know now, that's a lot more things that you're going to have to do where you might not be in place for your family. So things like that, communicating what's going on in your life to your spouse. And it's so important to do that.
That's right. It's so important, and I was not mindful of my wife. And even my children, and I'm doing better now. I'm doing better today than I used to do because I didn't have a care. I was mission. But the mission was my family. Don't ever forget that. The mission is your family. And how they see me is as important as what anybody out there in the world would say about me. It's what they're saying about me that is so critical to me. And so I'm just saying to you, Brother Josh, you have a beautiful mind, a beautiful heart, a beautiful spirit. And I think that there's a sister out there for you that also, she also got a beautiful mind, a beautiful heart, and a beautiful spirit. And you're going to meet her as soon as you start the mosque again. You're going to meet her. She's going to walk right up to you. She's going to be wearing white, Brother Josh. She's going to be wearing white. Everything is going to be white on her. She's going to be like an angel. You're going to say, that's her.
A sea of MGT in white,
that's right. Brother Marcus told me that you would be right there. I helped another sister like that. I told her that the brother she was thinking about wasn't the one for her.
Mm.
I told her that the brother that she would marry is going to be coming on that next flight. And the next flight, she saw him. She said, now, how did that happen? Because I just had the gift. I don't know how that happened, brother, but I am just telling you that I see marriage for you this year coming. And I'm so happy for you, Brother Josh. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's time, Josh. It's time.
It absolutely is time. And I want to thank everybody for watching the People's Podcast on that note. I want to thank everybody for watching. Can't wait to put this on YouTube. Thank you all, Brother Marcus and Cecilia, for coming on the People's Podcast. It means a lot to us. And we want to make sure that we promote anytime that you all want to promote anything, just let me know.
All right, thank you, brother. Again, the website is www.themarriagekeepers.com. Again, it's www.themarriagekeepers.com. We've written 11 books, Josh. 11 wonderful books to help people who have gotten married and now they want to know what to do. We got universal marriage tips. We got volume 1. We're getting ready to come out with volume number 2. It's so wonderful. We got for you in courtship. How do I court her? How do I court? We got a wonderful book called Giving You Tips, Single Tips. And it's a wonderful book. And the latest book is about leadership and marriage, how to lead your wife and family in this troubled time. It's very powerful and it will help anybody who reads it. All our books are inexpensive. They're just $10 a book. And it is very powerful for you to read because the most problem, I ask most brothers this question when I have my men's groups. I say, when was the last time you read a book? Brother said, I haven't read a book since high school. We don't think, unless somebody's instructing us to read, that we are free to read. You can read what you want. And you should put the most high quality books in your mind so that it can expand your outlook on things. That's what you have to do. While I'm in school, oh my God, I've read so many books.
Sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, oh my God, it expands your mind. You become greater. And so thank you for the opportunity to be on your wonderful show, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. And this is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off for the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.